His smile didn't change when I stopped walking, like he'd been waiting for it all along. The warmth of the sun lingered on me, my dress catching softly in the breeze like an unspoken invitation. I didn't say much. I held his gaze a moment longer than necessary and casually asked if his shift was almost over. Before we get too far, if you've been here before, you know what to do. Quick like, hit subscribe, and if this is your first time, trust me, you picked a good one. Thanks for being here. Now, let's see where this goes. The sand still clung to my calves as I stepped off the shore path. Barefoot towel damp around my neck, sundress brushing the tops of my knees. Warm from the sun, I'd pulled my hair back loosely, the air around me still carrying the afternoon's warmth. I wasn't in a rush. The breeze had softened the light golden. I could already sense the day's saltiness lingering around me. That's when he waved again, same smile, same booth elbows, resting on the counter like always, clipboard in one hand. He was tanned in a way only people who live near the water can be, like the sun had personally signed off on him. Early 20s maybe always looked like he was mid-laugh even when he wasn't. I nodded back, just a flick of recognition. But something about the heat, or maybe the fact that the beach was thinning out, made me stop. "You always smile like that?" I asked, stepping closer. My towel shifted slightly as I moved, revealing the colorful pattern beneath. He looked up, not startled at all. "Only when it works." That answer stayed in the air between us. I rested against the counter, warm sunlight still lingering on the wood. The ocean scent faint around us. His gaze briefly lowered, noticing my necklace before returning to mine. "You're off soon, right?" I said. He blinked once slow, then he dropped the clipboard. "Walk me back." He was already circling the booth. We didn't talk much as we walked. The boardwalk was mostly empty now, the breeze cooler between the gaps and the slats. His pace matched mine, comfortable and close, moving easily beside me. Every now and then, our hands nearly touched close enough to notice neither of us drawing back. By the time we reached my porch, the sun had dipped enough to throw the railings in long gold shadows. Beach towels were slung over the chairs, half dry. Fluttering slightly, I stepped up, unlocked the door, and nudged it open. "Sit," I said, nodding toward the wide wicker chair just inside of the porch. I reached into the cooler by the door and pulled out 2 cold bottles of water. When I handed him one, his fingers closed around mine for just a second longer than they needed to. His eyes never left mine. I shifted comfortably in the chair, smoothing the hem of my dress. "I'm probably too old for this." I said the words low, almost amused. But I didn't pull my legs back. He leaned forward, elbows on his knees. "I'm old enough to know what I want." The way he said it, quiet, unrushed completely, sure made something pull tight in my chest. I let the silence hang. Then I set my bottle down. I reached across and gently rested my hand on the arm of his chair. He paused slightly, then turned his hand over, palm open beneath mine. He didn't move closer. Not yet. But when he leaned slightly forward, shoulder close to mine, his voice softened to something quietly personal. "You've been walking past me all week," he said. "I was hoping you'd stop." I didn't answer. I shifted slightly forward, letting the space between us grow smaller. He stepped in closer, before either of us said another word. No hesitation, fully certain. Now I felt it instantly. The energy between us shifted into something clear and unspoken, no longer imagined. He kissed with quiet certainty, like he already knew what this moment meant. It wasn't rushed, just sure. I pulled back slightly, my hand resting at his side, where the warmth of the day still lingered. He paused at my touch, then brushed a quiet kiss against my cheek. I noticed every quiet shift in his movements as he came closer, each one steady and intentional. We stepped through the open door together, his hand resting gently at my back, mine loosely holding onto his shirt. Inside, the house was dim and cool. The ceiling fan turning slowly above sunlight, slipping in through the shutters and casting stripes across the floor and couch cushions I moved ahead of him, and we sat down together, the couch creaking softly beneath our weight. His face stayed close, his gaze steady and focused on mine. My sundress moved lightly as his hand settled beside mine. He didn't rush anything. Every move felt thoughtful, like he wasn't new to this feeling. I reached out gently, tugging at his shirt, the fabric folding softly beneath my hand. He paused as I touched his side, then leaned in again, placing a quiet kiss at my shoulder. His fingers lingered near my shoulder, tracing lightly along the curve of fabric. I stayed quiet, my fingers brushing through his hair as the air between us shifted again. He inched closer, turning gently toward me, the quiet between us, heavy with expectation. He stayed near his presence, steady and certain. There was nothing left to question. Everything we'd imagined now quietly real. He leaned close, his breath quiet near my shoulder as he paused in that stillness between us. The nearness stirred something gentle in me, not sharp, just present. I lifted my hand, resting it gently in his hair as he kissed near my shoulder. The moment soft and held, I leaned slightly aware of just how close we'd become. He pulled back just enough to look at me, his eyes focused but soft, like he was still memorizing something important. Then he bent closer again, quiet and steady the space between us, quietly folding in. I tugged gently at the edge of his shirt as he moved closer, feeling the fabric shift beneath my hands. His skin carried the day's warmth solid and close beneath my touch. The couch creaked softly as we sat, the fabric brushing lightly across my shoulder. He didn't rush anything. His hand paused at my side, calm, steady, not pushing. I exhaled slowly, the fan's rhythm echoing the calm around us. His hands returned to my waist, steady now like he wasn't questioning it anymore. His presence lingered beside me, unhurried, deliberate. Something stirred inside me, quiet and steady, before I even knew what to call it. He leaned in, close, his face near mine. When I leaned in, our lips met again. Slower now, more certain. He shifted slightly, our movements falling into quiet rhythm. The closeness between us was impossible to miss. I moved slightly as he leaned back, and we both settled in more comfortably. I stayed near, brushing my hair back as I looked down at him. His hands rested gently at my sides, calm and still. I leaned forward again, keeping everything unhurried, feeling the moment deepen around us. His head lowered near my shoulder, and I took a quiet breath, grounded by how real he felt beside me. Time blurred around us, the moment deepened. Something focused and undeniable settled through me. A quiet warmth spread through me, full and still. I stayed completely in that moment, held by the stillness between us. I closed my eyes, my breath slow, matching the quiet around us. Everything stayed still, calm, quiet, and completely present. I leaned into him, heart steady. Both of us, quiet in the moment. And for a long while, we just stayed there, still calm and resting close. Be honest. Do you wish you were there too? If you were, what would you have done? The moment she leaned in, tell me in the comments, I'll be reading. And if you haven't yet, subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss what's coming next. Thanks for watching. See you soon.